We begin this morning with the latest on former President Yoon Suk Yeol's criminal trial. After months of special investigation and more than a year since the martial law declaration, prosecutors are asking that Yoon be handed down the death penalty. The ruling is set for the 19th of February. Our Kim Do-yeon starts us off.
The Special Counsel team for former President Yoon Suk Yeol's insurrection charges has demanded the death penalty. In its final sentencing request on late Tuesday night, the Special Counsel sought the maximum statutory penalty for the charge of being the ringleader of an insurrection. For the charge of leading an insurrection, the statutory penalties are strictly limited to death, life imprisonment, or life imprisonment without forced labor. Prosecutors condemn the actions as an unprecedented destruction of the constitutional order. They argued that while Yoon justified martial law as a purge of anti-state forces, it was the former president himself who truly fit that description. They dismissed his defense that the declaration was merely a warning against the opposition party's legislative dominance. Instead, the prosecution concluded that the objective was to incapacitate the judicial and legislative branches to monopolize power and secure a long-term dictatorship. Emphasizing the severity of the crime, the Special Counsel stated that members of the public are the true victims of the event. Inside the courtroom, the atmosphere was charged. Former President Yoon was seen actively consulting with his legal team and reportedly scoffed when the prosecution demanded the death penalty. In the gallery, supporters shouted protests, with some hurling insults at the prosecution team. During his final testimony, which lasted an hour and a half, Yoon fiercely criticized the indictment, labeling it a novel and a delusion lacking common sense. Yoon reiterated that the martial law was a warning bell intended to save the constitutional order from the opposition's tyranny, denying any intent to establish a permanent dictatorship. Heavy sentences were also requested for key officials implicated in the execution of the martial law decree. The Special Counsel demanded life imprisonment for former Defense Minister Kim Do-yeon, identifying him as a co-conspirator who virtually controlled the operation alongside Yoon. The court must now weigh the conflicting narratives. The defense claim that martial law was an act of governance against the Special Counsel's argument that it was a violent attempt to subvert the Constitution. The Seoul Central District Court is scheduled to deliver its verdict on February 19th. Kim Do-yeon, 아리랑뉴스.